Conan, what is best in life?
To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of your women.
ELDERBORN is a classic heavy metal album cover simulator with elements of 300 and Dark Messiah, published, developed and released by Hyperstrange in 2018. You assume the role of Chad Thundercop or Jane Stormclit, a barbarian following closely the Hawaiian stereotype, sent on a sacred pilgrimage of his people into the accursed city of Yurmum. Your goal is simple: conquer all and reclaim the secrets of the eternal youth rumored to lie there for the elders of your tribe. So anyway, this entire review will be really fucking awkward. Why? Because I'm working on it, since June of 2021 to be precise, although calling it work might not be entirely accurate. Incompetent vivisection would technically fit better, I believe. Then again, people seem pleased with the effects of the atrocities I've committed, and I actually don't talk my YouTube channel for once. But yes, this is my disclosure. I've been dipping my filthy hands under the hood of ELDERBORN for some months now. But to all those who own this game already who would like to complain about any recent changes, remember, they cannot contain me. They cannot stop me. The autism must flow. This also means that despite being a source of my income and something I'm closely affiliated with, be sure I will pull no fucking punches if needed. I mean, this review is deemed a career suicide edition for a reason. And if it isn't, future viewer, blame YouTube for being
Schwalbe! What the fuck you're doing?
What the fuck are you doing in my house?
I told you ELDERBORN was off limits, didn't I?
What?
Are you dumb? Or are you just playing dumb? You work for us! Review ELDERBORN, and there's bound to be an outrage. They will say we paid you for the review.
And you'd pay me?
Would we? No, fuck! Listen, just leave it. Don't make my life difficult.
No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go back to record.
Now listen, you punk!
Okay, real talk now. This review had been delayed several times for multiple reasons. First time I made a colossal fuck up, and as a result, after changing my plans, I decided to maybe not get into more trouble until that shit clears off. The second time, I wanted to be fair towards my boss and my colleagues who worked on the project and get their blessing for making a potentially caustically critical video on something they worked on for years. Which, by the way, it wouldn't be very caustic, but hey, I just wanted to be safe. The third and final time, one of the people working in publishing caught wind of the idea and he lost his shit. I don't mean he was mad at me or threatening me or whatever. What I mean is he turned into a little ball of anxiety begging me to not do this. I did approach him the same evening to discuss it, and he imparted his experiences with me to better understand his point of view. He used to write reviews for a service, partially funded by a certain publisher, who decided one day to pull off a scam, bringing them a title to review with a message on the lines of "So, 8 out of 10, right? Wink wink." Except, people turned out not to be fucking morons for once, tore them to shreds online, and they lost all their credibility. After such experience, he was afraid that people would come to a conclusion I was endorsed by the company I work for to basically give them free promotion, which wouldn't be the case. Yes, I do currently work on the title, but I wanted to give it a fair shake, simply because I believe it's interesting to talk about. However, I do see the point. I've seen enough of people's stupidity for that. Here's the kicker. I would still make the review after all those arguments. However, I like the guy, and seeing the sheer fucking panic the idea induced upon him, yeah, no, I couldn't bring myself to do this to him, so I turned it into an April Fool's video you are currently watching. After I'm done speaking, there shall be 10 to 15 minutes of unedited gameplay footage. it doesn't feel right to torment the poor bugger with reviewing it, so I'll put the title into the spotlight instead. Based on the footage I'll provide, well, decide for yourself whether or not ELDERBORN is something for you. See you in 10 minutes in the outro section. You're still here? Glorious! Thanks for watching. I talked a lot already, so I'll keep it brief. Apologies for this little diversion of mine. I seem to have the shittiest of lucks, and find myself constantly having to improvise. The next proper review is in progress, although it won't be Dawn of War for reasons. I'm working my ass off to finish it. Shout out to the glorious supporters of my Patreon. Glenn Uno, Guiderino, Łukasz Barański, Mefcio, Chica Wow Wow. Special mention goes to Crow, who helps me with scripts for each and every single of these reviews. I keep forgetting to mention you, and I always feel like shit about it. Have a good one. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's back to editing Gulag for me.